the NFL on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the football team and the Jets, next on Madden Football.
Well, autumn starting to give way to the first hints of winter as we are at a chilly MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup for the town between the Washington football team and the New York Jets. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger, throwing touchdown passes.
And 4 of those picks led to the loss. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They're going to look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20.
Come on, bro.
A huge play there for Washington. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. There are the numbers for Samuel from that game last week. 7 catches, 105 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
2nd and 3. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Montez Sweat coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays and give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Oh, he bowls over it. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
My man used to say, make sure you strap up tight if you're going to try to stop one of those big horses out there. As you just saw there, this guy does not go down easily.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 35. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far in this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 10 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Julio Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review. So they had it right. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Patterson. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Let's go. A gain of 26 yards. 1st down, Washington.
Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss.
Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all.
And now, as with every potential So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Man open left side is Brown. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
This will be caught once again by Brown. Touchdown, Washington. De'Ami Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. And Washington has made this a one-score game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is down to 4. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's it.
The ball comes out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there. Someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
2nd and 6. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Looking to throw. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. This will wind up a loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down. He'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jets are going to get the football back. They'll run. Calais. Good footwork at the 30. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Looking deep for Julio. And got his man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Extra point attempt here still to come. It's good, and it's 21-10. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And I don't know what more they need to see of him than what we're going to see in this player montage. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make it.
finish. I had to get that stuff to run last one. Come on.
Meetings with coaches, and they use the term complementary football. Offense take care of the defense. offense. Defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And he'll be upended at the 2.
Nigga. What the hell you want?
3-yard gain there.
That's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Nigga, yeah.
Completion on first down. And you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback and expected passing situation.
They'll set up the screen to Smith. He'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28.
Bro, what the hell you want?
Calling a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass
supposed
to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. One fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking downfield for Jones. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll get inside of Washington's 15 before being taken down. Big yardage that time for the Jets.
How about the first half he's putting together? Well over 100 yards already with that last catch. And to me, they'd be well served to keep looking his way. A number of big plays already in this one.
Steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Ellerson Smith. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll look to throw here. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. The extra point splits the uprights. The lead is up to 18 now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. There he is is the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? I mean, he's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Working with 2nd and 5 now. He'll look to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got Smith here. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. They'll spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a factor. I think at this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air. Maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL.
You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Both teams making their final adjustments for the second half to come. And to bring the action your way, we go back to MetLife Stadium and Brandon God.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And now let's discuss Julio Jones. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But
in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. They're going to try and throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. Way up past the 35 before he's taken down. to throw now on first down. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
And it's Washington that scoops it up. Well, number one on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the third, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't keep the ball away. You have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. He'll look to throw. Smith catches left side. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They run it again with Chubb. Despite some tough running, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed out right. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
The pass pulled in by Jones. What a catch. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Man open, here's Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They go with Chubb on second down. Fighting him off. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flush to his right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And he's brought down all the way back in the end zone. My goodness, that's going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Ooh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. A nice-looking play to start the drive. Down the middle and complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Chubb will get the call running left. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Flushed out right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. A give. This is Chubb. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Normally you might say start running the football. You've got the... it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Jets add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. That time a 6-play drive. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have 11-0 in their sights as they add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swing by one more. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And here we go on the next drive for Washington. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. They're going to look to throw. That would complete to Dax Milne. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. It's caught. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Washington on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw again. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Jets now to take over. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Eluding the pressure right. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair. Because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Finding room to the 20. And down to the 7-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw here. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They'll set up to throw. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. And the Washington offense going back to work. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game film from the prior game when they got clobbered. That's his way of putting it behind him.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. And the Bengals have extended their lead. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man is Samuel, complete. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride.
But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again.